Hello everyone, welcome to Intuitive Edge, where we take an intuitive look at what's going on in our world. Today I want to take a look at what happened yesterday with the brothers with the Jussie Smollett case. Now, everybody is probably well aware of what happened back in January when Jussie Smollett staged that attack on himself and hired two brothers. I want to take a look at their case because the brothers are maintaining their version of the story after Jussie Smollett was dropped. All of his charges were dropped. And so these brothers are maintaining their innocence, and they are suing, their lawyers are suing the lawyers and the attorneys for Jussie Smollett for defamation. So I'm curious how this is going to proceed and what we're going to learn and what's going to come of this case. Who's going to be ultimately victorious in this? I'm going to go back to a spread I used to do a while ago. We're going to lay out 9 cards, but we're just going to do 3 questions. The primary questions I want to look at are the plaintiffs. We're going to look at whether they will be successful. We're going to look at the defendants and whether they will be successful. And I want to take a look at the brothers and whether they are telling the truth, whether their version of what they're saying, which is very different from Jussie Smollett, whether they are telling the truth. So let's take a look at this. So, got my cards here. Just going to lay out a few. We've got the 2 of Cups on the first question of the lawsuit being successful for the plaintiffs. 2 of Cups is a card of partnership. It's a positive, happy card. I do think that there is some good energy with that, on that 2 of Cups. The question of the defendants, Mark Garagos and others, will they be successful? I've got the drama card. Interesting how, all right, I'll show you guys this. This is the Knight of Swords. This is a card of taking action. More importantly, it's being reactive. It's charging ahead, aggressive energy, fighting back. And this card, the way it's positioned, is facing directly at the 2 of Cups. And the sword is like this sword. Okay, I'll show it to you how it's looking in here. So the sword, he's facing this card. This represents the plaintiffs. And this card has got that sword like he's ready to just I don't know if you can see that or not. That's where my eyes were drawn, like that. So I do sense there will probably be a lot of drama over this. And we'll see more as I'm going to lay out a couple more cards on these questions and see what else we get. But this looks like they are going to fight tooth and nail and attack them back. Now, whether they'll be successful in that, we'll find out. Maybe the cards will give us more of an indication. But yeah, it could get dicey. So we'll see. Now on the question of now forgive me, I don't know if I'm pronouncing their names right, but Osundairo brothers, I think that's how you say it. Anyway, they are maintaining a different story than what Jussie Smollett is saying. Basically the opposite. So they're so completely opposite. Only one of them can be right. You know, it's in terms of whether one's telling the truth or not. So this is the 8 of Pentacles. It's the card of achievement. This is a card of hard work, working on something. I don't get any like negative feelings with that, like they would be not telling the truth, but we'll see more cards. We're going to pull those out right now. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. I don't know if I want to go through every piece of the cards or just tell you what I'm seeing. I don't know which is better. I went ahead and just laid out all 9 cards just so I could get the bigger picture of what we're looking at. So I'll tell you what I'm seeing, and I'll probably go through each of the cards because that's what I usually do. But I'm seeing something, and I'm wondering what it is exactly, because it's so on the question of will the lawsuit, the plaintiffs, you know, their case. I've got the 2 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, which is a card of change. It can be having to walk away from something. But I also have the Judgment card, which is, it's like this card, self-reflection. But this card of being like a beacon for truth. Okay. On the question, I'm going to jump around a little bit. On the question of the brothers, I asked, you know, are they telling the truth? Their version of what happened? Are they being honest with their version? I've got the 8 of Pentacles. I've got the Wisdom card. This is the High Priest. And I've got the Success card, the 6 of Wands. This tells me that they are telling the truth in, you know, broad picture. That they have a case. That's what this is telling me. That they have a case for defamation based on their version is telling the truth, and based on the attorneys that have basically kind of smeared them and, you know, told them that they made it up and they're lying or whatever. So their version is true. That's what I'm getting here. Now, on the question, this is where this gets interesting for me. On the question of the defendants, Mark Garagos et al., are they going to be successful in this lawsuit? I've got the Knight of Swords. I showed you that with this coming out the other side, drama with like a lot of, you know, aggressive energy. Then I've got the Queen of Swords, resilience. Now, this Queen of Swords, see, the drama card is looking back in the reading, and I will show you guys this at the end. I'll lay out the spread and I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. But it's a little hard when I'm talking to you right now. Anyway, this card, the Queen of Swords, is looking back to the High Priest. And it's got this sword, this energy of like putting her foot down, okay? When that is facing back to the brothers. So I don't know if this means that they're going to file a countersuit against the brothers, if these attorneys are going to do that. But there's something about their energy clashing against the brothers in a big, like an aggressive, putting their foot down against them. And it's away from the energy is away from, it's away from the other attorneys. So I'm getting this Knight of Swords energy going toward the attorneys and the Queen of Swords energy going toward the brothers. And I feel like they're like really like fighting in all directions. And I don't know, one's putting her foot down, one is like aggressive fighting. So this energy going both directions, like all, I don't know if they're just in chaos right now and it's like you're in a battle and you're just doing what you can to fight to stay alive kind of thing, or if this is like a calculated thing where they're going to actually take action like a countersuit. I can't imagine if they would do that, but that's on the table. I don't know. I would say that's possible that they could do something like that. Okay, the third card for the Garagos brothers. This one concerns me a little bit because of what I'm seeing. I see that the brothers are telling the truth. That's what it looks like to me. And that the lawsuit against these attorneys has merit. The third card on the defendants is the Magician card. Now, this is pulling power at your disposal, using magic, kind of, but using all the powers that you have at your disposal to get the outcome that you want. So ultimately, I mean, I guess, you know, I always root for the good, you know, the truth to win out, right? That's how I am. I want the truth to win. I don't, you know, care whose side the truth is on. If the truth is the truth, and that's what I want to win. And I see the truth being on the side of the brothers, okay? So naturally, my emotions, like, I want them to come out on top in this lawsuit, okay? Just telling you, being honest here. But when I see this manifestation card, it's a major arcana, it's a powerful card of pulling in and being able to take things that may not look like they work, and you blend it together and you create something and you make something work. I wonder if these attorneys are going to pull in something that's going to give them what they need to be able to pull this off somehow in their favor. And I don't know, but this is not a slam dunk that they're going to lose this lawsuit, according to this. Now, things could change. They have that drama, that resilience. That Queen of Swords is like, she's a powerful force to be reckoned with. And they're fighting in all directions, and the defense attorneys are going to pull out all the stops, and they're going to fight with everything in them. Probably for their own survival, because if they lose this case, they could be in a lot, who knows what type of ramifications that would mean for them. It could mean loss of business, loss of their business. I mean, the fallout from that could be pretty significant. And I don't know if they would actually, if there was criminality involved in their defamation, if that would entail any type of jail time. I don't know. I don't know the legal system that well in that regard. But this is like fight to the death for them. Okay, they do not want to go down without a fight, and they're not going to. This tells me they're going to fight. And with that magician card, when it comes to this case in particular, I mean, I did a video on Jussie Smollett a while back, and I got very strongly that there were ties, probably out in California is where I felt it, but there were political influences that were pulling into the Jussie Smollett case. He's got friends in high places, and that's why the charges were dropped. My opinion, but that's what I think. Okay. And so I think the same thing is going to happen with the defense in this case. With that magician card, there are some forces that will probably help pull strings behind the scenes with these attorneys in their defense. Now, we'll see. But this is what I'm getting. This is why I pulled out these cards and I laid them all out, and I'm like, oh man, this isn't looking good. This is not what you want to see. Other than the positives are that the truth is on the side of the brothers. That's clear to me, and that there is a case for defamation. But in terms of the naughty tactics that may be employed with this, the drama, the attack mode, the twisting, the pulling of influence possibly to help behind the scenes, maybe some corruption, it's gonna get ugly. That's my take on it. I don't know what to tell you guys. I was hoping for, it's gonna play out like this, and yeah, it kind of took me by surprise a little bit here when I looked at the cards. Underneath it all, we've got the Moon card, another major arcana. Moon is about illusion. Things are not as they seem. When you got the Moon card, this is telling you you're not looking at what's really happening, because there's a veil. And there's a lot of stuff going on out here, but the real stuff's back here. I think that's going to play out in this. I wish the attorneys on the side of truth, I wish them well. they're going to need it. All right. We'll see how this plays out. Thanks for stopping by my channel. This is Intuitive Edge. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, leave a like. We'll catch you next time. Bye for now.